Okay, Mega Maccat is back, and as you'll notice, I'm suddenly doing something new, and there's a unfortunate reason for that. The Crossfire playthrough, as well as some other playthroughs I'm doing, are going to have to be put on hold temporarily because my PS3's CD-ROM drive borked. It is completely hosed. So for the moment, I'm using my Xbox to try and get some video work done. And in this case, we're going to play one of my favorite games of all time. Going to do a brand new Let's Play of Space Marine. That's right, take that, you dirty orc. Punch you to death. Now, I brought it up in a couple of our videos, but I haven't actually ever really gone into it. I'm a huge fan, and I mean just insanely huge fan, of the Warhammer 40k universe. It has always been one of my favorite universes. And to that regard, this is, in my opinion, one of the best games and one of the best takes on that universe that has ever existed. Hands down, period. It may well be the best game in the game to address that universe in a long time. Now, it may not be the most directly faithful to the board game's systems or functions, but in terms of how it deals with the universe itself, it is amazingly well done. And it treats it with all the respect it deserves. So, I'm going to be doing some playthroughs on this, and we'll go ahead and get started. New campaign, and we'll be doing this on the normal difficulty because why the hell not? For the glory of the God Emperor, let us begin. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. It may as well be the theme for the entire universe, really. I mean, it is quite literal. There is nothing but war in this universe. An alien invasion force has been detected. Xenos on Graia. Informatus. Yeah, the pretentious Latin is something that the Warhammer 40k has always had a thing for. Manufactorum Ajacis. You get the impression that somewhere along the way people forgot that they speak English. Yes. Warlord class Titan. Those things are awesome. And that has an absolute strategic value, so we have to get some junk done. Xenos invasion progress. We recommend course of action. Exterminatus. Cannot do it because that stuff is too important. Cannot reduce the manufacturing output. Sending a liberation fleet. But it's at least a month off. Escalate area denial. Adeptus Astartes Ultra. Deploy the Ultramarines. Now, in the Warhammer 40k mythos, and among the fans of the Warhammer 40k universe itself, the Ultramarines have a bit of a bad rap because primarily they're essentially what passes for a true good guy in a universe of dark gray and black, basically. Wow, it looks like somebody's fleet got the absolute crap balls kicked out of them, don't it? I love that their ships look like flying cathedrals. Alright, let's get down there. Secure the Titans, and then if time permitting, clash with the Titans. Okay, sorry, bad joke. Although, admittedly, I got that from Unskippable app. Actually, they made that joke too, I think. Here's an interesting thing. Anyone who saw the first Sherlock Holmes, Lord Blackmore is this guy's voice.
The Orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces, and they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Clever of the damned Orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machines.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Pilot, report!
The starboard engine is dead, Sergeant. We are losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderhawk Lancer 12 returning to launch bay.
I love how his answer of finding another way down is rocket pack.
This is your plan.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery. Or do you want to go home already, Sergeant?
Not before having a word or two with the orcs.
I like the sergeant.
Is that wise, Captain? The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Try to keep up.
One thing I have always loved about the Space Marines is the sheer detail and grandeur of the armor they wear. And it actually applies to a lot of the races in general, but when you look at the armor that these guys wear, it is so beautifully crafted and detailed. I mean, it's the size of a small car, but it's not like it's just this ugly, hard piece of metal. They put so much heraldry on it, and so much detail. And this game was one of the first games that really sort of brought that. Oh, wedgie! Sorry, that's gotta hurt. This is one of the first games that really sort of brought the sheer level of detail that you see in the models themselves into like a video game. And I'll be the first to say, I think this game is absolutely a blast to play as I beat up these little punks. Knife in your brains. It's notable that you've got two weapons right out of the gate. You've got a giant knife, which for a human would be a broadsword, but for this dude, it's a freaking dagger. In your brain. An interesting thing about this game is you'll notice I'm not taking any cover against these guys. And there's a reason for that. I am wearing a car for armor, practically. And the armor you wear is as big and heavy as a tank, practically. I don't need cover. I am wearing cover. Plus, as a captain, the armor you have actually has like a defensive shield around it on top of the normal defenses that you already have with the armor itself. So you get a bit of an advantage there. Whoa! Okay, thank you. It's also notable that the gun you're using looks like this little pistol, but in context, it's firing a 50 caliber bullet that actually punches through your body and explodes. So yeah, there's that. Are you punk? Alright, so blew that up. Ooh, and look at this big ugly bad boy. How much you want to bet he's the boss?
Get off my ship, Space Marine!
And you'll notice a very specific difference in design and style with the enemies. These are the orcs, as they like to be called. And what's notable about these characters is that it's often been joked about how they're sort of like just the raw, brutal aggression, you know, of a race put into physical form. But the thing is, that really is their character. They are nothing but raw aggression. They are just absolute anger. And the only thing they know how to do is fight, kill, and grow. And that's all they care about. And every time I do an execution on one of these guys, I regenerate my health. So there's that too. Surprise! Now you'll notice I'm starting off with just some very basic combat to get situated here. And curb stomp. But this is just to help you get associated with the game's controls, and then you'll get to the more convoluted stuff later on. Oh, get away, get away, get away. Oh, would you freaking bug off? Well, there's a problem with the game, with the game's engine. It's really good at the combat stuff. Unfortunately, it does clip through its environment a little bit every now and then. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Okay, and he's dead too. Alright. Hey, Mr. Orc Dude. Mind if I take this gun of yours and turn it around? Yeah, I didn't think so. Of course, and this is actually true. The orcs are actually stupid enough to build a gun that is actually able to shoot them in the face. They have actually, they will actually build ships that are more about practicality than they are about efficiency or mechanical engineering. It's more like they take whatever they can get their hands on and just strap rockets to it and guns. I mean, literally, that's all it is. They took whatever ship they had and put as many engines in the rear as they could fit. Okay, so I'm alive. I think. They're not. Alright, get your corpse off me. Yeah, that's right. I love that he's like, yeah, I just brought down a spaceship. What of it?
Captain Titus, come in. Damned orcs shot me off course. I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
I scarcely thought anyone would be left alive, much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
Now, the Imperial Guard are, for all intents and purposes, they're sort of like the regular troops. The Space Marines, and I'll show you how this works in a bit, the Space Marines aren't your average human troops. They're super soldiers. And if you're familiar with 40K, that's not a surprise, you know that. But if you're not familiar with 40K, well, the Space Marines are not your average human. That is your average human. And you'll see the difference in size shortly, but these guys are just, they're literally just cannon fodder. There's, you know, the Imperial Guard exists solely for the purpose of being like shock troopers, just raw numbers. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, that's sort of how their tactics work. Oh, these poor dudes. All these poor dudes. Could have sworn there was something here. Oh well. Doesn't matter to me. Freaking Gretchen. Yeah, these little dudes with the knives are what are called Gretchen, and they're essentially just like the low-grade, sort of weak sauce opponents that the orcs drop in hordes on a planet to try and slow them down. Ah, now we're getting some firepower. The Bolter.
This way, boys. I'm gonna kill him.
That's right. You get bolters, baby. Now, as I said before, the weapons you're seeing look like your standard pistol, your standard machine gun, but what you don't realize is that the weapon I'm firing is actually firing a 50 caliber grenade bullet that punches into its target with a titanium tip, then it explodes. So the fact that they can take more than one is a testament to how tough the orcs are. The fact that, you know, they can take a barrage of them tells you that these aren't your average opponents. And orcs are unique. They'll regenerate wounds, they'll heal injuries. They can die, they can be killed, sure enough, but, you know, it takes a brutal, brutal beating to rip through their armor.
Captain, destroy them.
Oh hey, look here, it's Leandros. Mind if I borrow some ammo? Didn't think so.
This way.
Knife in face. And the Bolter is a surprisingly accurate rapid-fire weapon that's also good for, you know, knocking down your opponents and laying a lot of fire on a target real quick. There's other weapons that you'll pick up later that give you more variety, but the basic Bolter will be a friend the whole way through. It should be noted that one of the things you can do is you can blind fire. You don't have to aim it. Makes you a little less accurate, but allows you to like lay down a wall of fire on a target from a distance. Bolter does, however, go through ammo very, very quickly.
Kill you!
I'm gonna stomp on your face!
Are you wounded?
The Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs to leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I look to its rules for guidance.
We all do. But there are also benefits to thinking for yourself, Burns.
Yeah, his helmet got trashed. Alright, so let's reload, let's restock. And I love these little guys are like, yes, we will run blindly at armed men with massive guns. I mean, it's not the smartest strategy, but God love the enthusiasm. Alright, so let's see. Now check this.
Sidonus picked up local Imperial Guard communications. They survived under the shadow of that gun. I want to know how.
Now, watch this. Here's a normal human. And they just get absolutely tanked by these things. You know, almost instantly. Yet, if I charge forward, I run into these dudes and I just bum rush them out of my way. And here's the humans trying to fight off a horde of orcs and not having any luck. There they are. You guys okay? See, you can see how big I am compared to these regular humans. I dwarf them. That's because the Space Marines are super soldiers and these guys are your ordinary rank and file troops.
My lord, you have saved us.
Rise, Guardsmen. You saved yourselves. We thought you dead.
We would be, my lord, if not for the Lieutenant.
Where will we find this Lieutenant?
At the front lines. Follow the trench network to the Lieutenant's command bunker.
Carry on, Guardsmen. We rendezvous with Sidonus, then we find this Lieutenant. We need updated intel on the gun battery.
There we
Through
go.
here, my lords. Head out the upper level and continue through the plaza. The bunker is beyond that.
See, look at how badly these guys have been faring.
Against 1 million orcs, and they fight on.
What? No. Get off! My legs.
And these guys have been fighting for who knows how long, and they are just being decimated, and they are still fighting. It's funny that Warhammer 40k is often called the definitive crap sack universe for a reason. Yet you have to admire anyone who stands up and fights in a world this screwed up. Gotta give props.
Quotas must be met.
Alright, anyway, let's move on. Ooh, I think I'm about to get new weaponry, aren't I? Yes, I am. Look at Sidonus, he's just like, hi boys, come and get your bullets.
Sergeant, I see you found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you. The orcs have got that gun well defended, no mistake. But Typical Orc behavior would be to dismantle or destroy the gun.
And certainly not use it to keep our forces at bay. There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
This day is getting interesting.
It is indeed.
I may have encountered the Orc during our jump to the surface.
That was the Orc ship I saw crash near here, I take it. Did he survive?
If the Horde hasn't turned on itself, it's still under his control.
Ah, yes. Now we get to the fun. Chainsword. Everybody's favorite, the chainsword. Guess what? He's dead? Oh, yeah. And the best thing about the chainsword is it's like, it's the iconic weapon of this universe, so just having it is awesome. But it's also immediately more powerful than the knife, but it stays a useful weapon the entire game. There is one other weapon that I prefer, but that comes later, and when we get to that point, you'll see why I prefer that weapon. Although admittedly, it works best in conjunction with one other piece of equipment. Freaking orcs. That shoddy cover will do you no good against my bolters. They're gonna stomp on your face. Huh. I would say that I was disappointed, but let's face it. The orcs don't pack the best weapons, and they aren't equipped with the best armor. They fight their battles with sheer numbers. Which is actually something that they portrayed very well in this game. Is usually in most games like this, it's you versus a couple of dozen. In this case, it's you versus a couple of 100,000. Or, well, actually, you said there's 1 million orcs on planets. I mean, it's possible by the end of the game you could have a kill count of thousands upon thousands. But your Space Marine isn't like, super fast running at, high speed. Oh, crud, what the hell is that thing? Put the bullets in your face. And I'm running low on rounds from my bolter too. Eesh. There we go. Armor's recharging. Ha. Those squiggy things, I guess, are maybe powerful, but they're not exactly known for their intelligence. Where's the ammo? I need me some ammo. Yes. Not a lot, but it'll have to do for now. Now, why am I wasting ammo on you things? Ha. Alright. Man, that's gotta hurt like everything. I mean, it's not like an instant kill with these guys because they're so tough naturally that, they actually survive it, but what's hilarious is that he's awake and conscious the whole time he's undergoing that. How is it that that's like not instantly fatal to them? He has to suffer through every single second of that pain. Cut him in half.
Dropship incoming!
Alright. Yeah. There is one thing about this game that always sort of annoyed me, was the fact that there was a limited amount of like special kills. You know, I think it's like 3 or 4 for each weapon, you know, including the foot stomp thing. So there is a good deal of repetition on the instant kills, but the gameplay itself is satisfying as it is. And these guys get their own sets of kills too. Whoa. Alright. Taking your head off. The hard way. No match for a Space Marine, really.
Where is your commander, Guardsman?
Inside, but the door is sealed.
I believe they will let us through. Imperial Guard, we are Ultramarines. Open this door.
I love that. Open this door. I'm the freaking Ultramarines. Now get out of my way.
Word from the second recce. Another horde of the Greenskins are headed here from the
Check
south.
these out. These guys are all still standing.
Damn Gretchen's still in.
But it looks like they've had a rough time of things.
Sector 31 is completely bombed out. No survivors. Just bodies everywhere.
Reinforce their position, hold the line, and stay alive.
Aye, Lieutenant.
Alright, now we meet the lieutenant. And no surprise here, it's a female.
Thank the Emperor.
Because in the Space Marines there are no women. Almost all Space Marines are men.
3rd Cadian Regiment.
Well, no, all of them, period. But
Ultramarines.
You are in command.
I'm all that's left, my lord.
in the Imperial Guard, it's universal. Men, women, doesn't matter. If you're willing to fight, come and join the fight.
Turn to forward base.
How many?
2.
Damn. I sent out 10. That damn gun. We don't have the numbers to make an assault. And as you might have seen, it's shooting down all our support vessels.
That is why we are here. Leave the gun to us.
Come with me then. I should warn you, my lords. We've got a slight orc problem down here.
I like that. We have a slight orc problem down there. Really? What's your definition of slight? Alright. So as soon as we hit the next checkpoint, which I believe comes up when you get the purity seal. Yeah, here we go. So as soon as we hit the next checkpoint, I'm going to go ahead and pause it there, and we'll continue this next time.
Guard the Titan Invictus at Manufactorum Ajakis. That was 2 weeks ago, and we've lost contact with them.
We need to reach that Titan.
Your fastest route is across the rail bridge behind the gun complex.
There it is. Alright,
Lead
so.
directly to the western gate of the Manufactorum.
Alright, so that'll do it. Alright, I'm going to upload this here, and I will continue this next time, but basically, the Space Marine game is one of my favorite of all times. Now, apparently this thing remembers my last playthrough, even though it was on a completely different console, because I see 41 servo skulls collected, which is like, alright then, whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, and I will be back next time to continue this mission, and we will play then. Until then, this is the Mega Mac Cat, Solo Gamer, signing off.